You guys really have to be careful what you wish for. You see, I've observed that a good chunk of at least the vocal part of the community steps out and demands changes and tweaks based on their unique situation. And I was originally going to make a video evolving around that very subject, but what has really confused me was what I saw in the comment section of my last video, which showed the results of my placement matches. The actual amount of people that asked how they placed lower than me when they won more matches during their placements kinda threw me off, and that's because we had this exact discussion during Season 3. Well, I don't know if they just didn't get the memo or if they didn't play ranked at that time, but today I'm going to explain first why you ranked where you did, and then talk about why that makes sense and why resetting your SR for a fresh start would be a terrible idea. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First off, your placement matches. This one's probably gonna be an old hat for a lot of you, but yes, you are right, the placement matches do not matter. People have asked why we even have to do placement matches to begin with when there's just no point to it. Well, the end of a season is more symbolic than anything else. It's just to follow an established protocol of how ranked systems have worked for the longest time in a lot of other games. The point of a season ending is to give players a break before the next one starts and to distribute season end rewards. The amount of games that you win during your placement matches matters less than how well you have performed yourself during those games. Keeping that in mind, this goes out to everyone wondering why I placed in Masters on my main, but they only got into Gold when they won more matches. If you spent the majority of Season 3 in Gold and then you play against other Season 3 Golds during your placement matches, why on earth would you winning 10 of these games grant you a Masters rank? It just doesn't make any sense. It's like saying that dissecting 10 frogs qualifies you to do surgery on humans. And this leads me to players demanding a skill rating reset, argument being that some players might have improved significantly and should be given a chance to show what they got in competing against higher ranked players. And this brings me back to one of my more recent videos where I talk about Elo Hell. If you placed in Silver in Season 2 and then played in Silver throughout Season 3 but can't get out of it, then that plain and simply means that you are a Silver player. End of discussion. Why should the matchmaking system make you an exception and give you the chance to compete with Platinums during your placement matches when your MMR, which is based on your own performance, does not reflect that? It would cause mayhem for the matchmaking system, which brings us back to the problem of Season 1. Back then, we had 70% of the entire player base only 15 ranks apart from each other. And can I talk about the comments under that Elo Hell video really quickly? Because it really cracks me up to see people say really dumb things that either make no sense to begin with or I even debunked in that very video. To be honest, the script for this turned out really short, so I'll put in a little segment highlighting the stupid shit people say in the comments. YouTubers say Elo Hell doesn't exist because they are a Diamond, Master, and Grandmaster. And I got a bunch of comments saying shit like this when even in that very video I talked about me having been a Platinum player in Season 2, and how I climbed out of it. Let's just gracefully ignore that I did said thing that you guys say is impossible, but hey, that was just luck, wasn't it? And this guy seems really salty. Sorry, we're not a YouTuber or streamer that can get carried to Masters or top 500. Notice there's never just a Gold YouTuber. There are YouTubers in Gold. It's just that YouTube itself is quite oversaturated, and it does not help that people make Overwatch videos as if it's the new Minecraft. It's hard enough to kickstart a channel as is, and if you have nothing to show, whether it be lots of humor or a high rank, then why would people watch you? Furthermore, the simple fact of the matter is that most players below Diamond, when put into a match with Masters to give them a chance to prove themselves, would even fail to play heroes like Lucio and Mercy. And that's because all this carrying that YouTubers and streamers have been accused of being granted plain and simply does not exist. If the YouTuber or streamer in question was as bad as you make them out to be, then they will be dead weight, and you can't have dead weight going to Masters Plus. It just does not work. But people like to think that streamers in particular who like to fool around, have fun, and I don't know, entertain, are being carried because it's a convenient excuse for them to not have to admit that they just suck at the game. You know what would happen if someone was being carried but performed horribly themselves? They would get like 2 SR per win, and that's not an exaggeration. There was also a comment that I can't find at this point in time anymore, but it went something along the lines of a Gold player can't carry 5 bronzes. First off, there were tons of people that, just like I called out in that very video, way overestimate their own skill level. They got the point right that it's a team game, but always blame everyone around them rather than looking at their own performance. Here's the thing, if you can't carry 5 bronzes as a Gold ranked player, then you're probably a Silver or something. Because yes, you are supposed to be able to do right that. As much as Overwatch is a team game, there's quite a big skill discrepancy between ranks that are 2 divisions apart from each other. One time in Season 2 when I was in Diamond, a friend of mine asked if I wanted to fill up his 5 stack to make it complete, and I didn't realize until we queued that they were all pretty low ranked. Next thing you know, we're matched up against a full 6-man stack in Gold, which proceed to get absolutely stomped by me playing McCree. Me, a support main. When I started playing ranked on my old account in high platinum, my team once forced me to play Anna, and guess what happened? I shitstormed the other team. I say forced, I just really wanted them to stop whining. A good player will never be stuck in a rank that is any further than one division away from where they belong. People have this impression that with them being in gold, the only reason they're not in masters is because they can't get out of elo hell, when reality is that even if you never encountered trolls or levers, you'd be at best like 200 SR away from where you are right now. Because if you were as good as you make yourself out to be, you would have long shitstormed everyone around you, and that's fact. So stop whining and start getting better yourself rather than complaining about elo hell. Because elo hell only exists because you admit defeat to that very concept with your shit attitude. As I said in that video, stop chasing a number and start chasing improvement. Also, apology to all the bronze rank players that I might have offended in the previous video. I was not aware that it was like, you know, a legitimate rank. Alright, sorry for that little discourse, but I think I picked comments that roughly related to the topic. I promise I won't do it again, so let's get back on track. Though honestly, there isn't much more to say about that other than be careful what you wish for. Remember when everyone begged for Roadhog's hook to be fixed, and then it was, and people complained that he now more reliably one-shot people? It's shit like this that people just never put into consideration before they ask for things like this. Resetting your MMR or skill rating would be the worst thing to happen to all of us, because we'll be going back to the problems we had in the early seasons, where players of widely ranging skill levels all mash together and the quality of matches just becomes terrible. You should wish for the game to have as much data on your performance as possible. No, it doesn't hold you accountable for having placed in silver in Season 2. It adjusts your MMR all the time according to your performance. So as long as you get better, you will also rank up. Alternatively, you can also just whine about elo hell on Reddit or whatever. Alright guys, this is it for me today. I'm still recovering, so apology for this video seeming rather random and simplistic. I hope to be back on track soon, but until then, do feel free to drop me a like on your way out if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and I hope to see you all next time. Let's see which of these is player of the game.